Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse and this is StoneBlock. Everyone's had a task today. I'm having a pretty sweet one myself. In between episodes, I did a fair amount, not a ton. Let's kind of take a look here. Just get right back to it. I guess I automated a little more stuff here. So I did the same thing I did here with the stonework factories. So we have stone now, we have glass. I did dust otherwise I didn't know what else to put there. Just to round it out. But I guess if I ever needed to sieve a massive amount of dust, we have it. It was more for aesthetics, but anyway. Out here, I did work on this a little bit, so I have it kind of looking the way I want now. I use these here. These are the fluid pipe from Immersive Engineering. They're just there for decoration, just to make this look a little different. Kind of like the way it looks. We're going to make this a little bigger here in a second. We're going to improve our Draconic energy core up to the tier 8. I actually have a builder kind of set up to help us do that really quick. It's going to be pretty simple, which is pretty sweet. Got that done. You may see in my inventory here, I have a ton of Draconium. I got a bunch of Awakened Draconium. I got all that jazz. Why did I get a second builder? I definitely don't need that. Let's do that. Oh, that was for something else later on. I can pull it out either way. I was getting a lot of Awakened Draconium because I was waiting for it to grow and it was taking way too long. You'll see in there, there's what, another 120 stacks in there right now. The way I was getting this to grow real quick is, well, I have this here, the tier 3 growth accelerator. I still have them coming in. I made a bunch more seeds and a bunch more cruxes. But to kind of make it grow fast, I just kind of do this. Speed up the growth accelerator, then speed up the harvester, and yeah, it just takes a second. I can just get a whole bunch of it really quick because I think I had to push it up to like 400 stacks of the essence to have enough Awakened Draconium to get this sphere kind of going the way we want here. I did about 4 stacks worth of Dragon's Breath as well, so we have a really good supply there, and that's going to last a lot of time. Each one of those lasts more than an hour. I think it's more than an hour. I think it's quite a bit longer than an hour, actually. Maybe almost 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half around there. And yeah, we have like 4 stacks in the crate that's back there. So yeah, we're good. Maybe for the rest of the pack, to be honest. But the first one we're going to work on is this. We're going to get this fully upgraded. Then maybe go to work on either Avaricia or Project E. At least getting into it, right? So we got a lot to do. I do need a crate here, though. I didn't grab one of those. And I probably need a lever as well. So let's do that. Lever, and just get our maxed out power, just kind of power core here. Have the center room looking the way we want. I did start working on the little side rooms, just get them how I want them there. But that isn't really that important, I suppose. But anyway, we're gonna throw a crate down. So the way I have this set up, there's a card in here, right? So there's this one here, set to 11, 11, 11, -1, -10. So I've done it this way before. It just makes it way easier to kind of build the entire sphere. Following the guide, putting the things down, it's a giant mess, especially with the guide. Once you see it, you kind of see here, it's totally a mess here. The way you find out how many blocks you kind of need for this is go to the energy core setup. You'll see here on tier 8, you need 1 energy core, 36 of those energy core stabilizers, 786 Draconium blocks, and 378 Awakened Draconium. But since that stuff comes in nuggets for us, it actually takes a long time. So definitely the reason I did that. I'm going to go ahead and put the stabilizers down now. We'll get that done here in a second. Kind of like this, right? Yeah. Probably just put like... I don't want to turn the power off until the last second. That's a thing. So I'm going to leave one short right now. They actually take a 3x3 of them. But they're going to multi-block, but they won't multi-block when the multi-block is currently formed like it is right now. So we'll do that in a couple seconds here. I think we actually have to tell it to tier up before the multi-block. Not a big deal. I'm just going to get those all in place here. Do that. That's good there. We're good enough to turn this off now. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. And we just got our blocks. So we need to get these out of here. So let's get them out of here. Sweet. Because we don't need this redstone layer anymore. So we're just going to get rid of it. And we should be able to multi-block this now. If I go to one of these, I guess. Set it to, we want it on tier 8, not tier 1. Pump it up to tier 1. There we go. And it needs a whole lot of blocks now. And it's not going to really do anything until we get this going. But if we add the last block now, they're going to kind of form this really cool ring. These things look awesome, I have to say. They just look, I mean, round. Anything round in Minecraft is just mind-blowing, right? Anyway, we still have a ton of blocks to do here. And like I said, we're going to do it this way. So let's go ahead, grab that. I had to figure out the offset too. It wasn't that big a deal, but you can kind of show it here. If I show the ghost blocks, this should be dense center, if I did it right. I think it was. It was a little hard to tell. But it looks like it's kind of fully lined up. It really depended on where you put down the builder on what your offset's going to be. But I do mine, it was 1 down for the center for sure. then I just had to, I started off like 12, then had to move it over 10 to kind of get in the right spot. But yeah, anyway, 11 by 11 sphere. Gonna take all this Draconium, gonna throw that in there, and I'm just gonna flip the lever. This is gonna build everything for us super fast. Exactly that we want. And then we still have some blocks to pull it in, because it doesn't actually get every one of them in there. I think it needs, oh, I might not have enough Draconium, because I'm pretty sure it takes these ones here. Anyway, we'll get this figured out in a second. But I'm pretty sure it takes like all those ones there, right? So we need 16 just for that. So we'll do that, that, and that. I think we can look at the build by layer too, which is kind of helpful, but just see if we can get everything in the right spot either way. By ourselves. Up there. Up there. I think one goes here, here, and here. I think that's the way that works. Anyway, we'll find out in a second. Anyway, this thing's going to hold so much power that we're never going to fill it. I mean, it's one of those things where it would take massive amounts. You'd either need a glitch or just some insane, like billions worth of power to fill it up with any speed. Anyway, oh, our transmitter's turned off. Oh no, that's actually really bad. This one's on, right? We can go over here. We're gonna need some spectral coils, actually. That is totally the wrong side. I have no power. I can't get into my system right now. I really don't want to tear that down. Totally dirt bad. Let's do that. Let's go to... We have some of that there. That's not enough. I need a whole lot of Draconium. Let's go ahead and grab... What was I thinking of grabbing? Coils. Do that. See if we can at least get enough power in the system to get it turned on, so we can at least get our items, right? Let's do you there. Yeah, definitely not enough. Oh, maybe. Let's see here. Draconium. Oh, wrong machine. Go here. Draconium. Do that. Let's see here. What can you do for us? Make as many as you can. We don't need that many more, but we do need a bit more there. Let's try it there. Maybe have just turned off. Yeah, it did. And wait, let's kind of see if we can get this done. Head over this way somewhere. Can't remember where I was missing. It was one down here, right? Let's do that. Let's set the preview on too. So build guide active. Let's take that down a layer as well, because you can set it by layer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd want 6, right? And if we go to 8, what does it show? Or sorry, 6. Yeah, it's these corners that we're missing. Once we have that in, it's literally just covering everything up with the awakened, and you're good to go at that point. But we need to get all these just regular Draconium blocks kind of out of the way. There we go. So I guess we weren't that short. We were a little short. I thought I was spot on, and I totally derped. But we worked around it. That there. Get these ones over here. And I think that's all the basic Draconium here. So if we actually go back to the builder, head over this way, and let's first off turn off that. Go in here. I think we set this to 13 now. I think it's the way it works. 13 by 13 by 13. And if we click show on that one, is that going to be in the right range? I think so. And then we just cover up the last blocks there. I think it's the way it works. The building shape here is kind of derping everything. But, that looks right to me anyway. So we're going to try it out, see if it works. Is that on or off? That is off. Let's pull all this stuff. I had all my blocks in here. I am such a derp. Anyway, let's do that. Let's go here. And let's try this out and see if it works here. So it looks like it is pretty much done. It really just needs these last kind of... Ooh, that is totally wrong. Last blocks here, and then we'll be finished off. I need to remember that the rest of my blocks are actually in the crate on like a derp here. Go ahead and grab them. Sweet. And then get this finished up. Anyway, to build this thing manually, normally, I usually find horribly painful. Really hard on the eyes with the kind of the helper there. The guide is really hard to work with, I've always found. So anything to not have to do that is always pretty good for me, the way I see it. Anyway, we just need to kind of finish this off. Get that done. That's cool there. And I guess we just need to get the bottom done. And we may have the max size core. This thing should look pretty amazing when it's done. It just looks awesome all around, I have to say. Get that done there. Pop that right there. And a couple more probably on the bottom. Another 8, I think. We're good to go. Let's see if we are. I wonder here. Do we have too many? Do these ones even belong here? I don't think they do. I hope it forms. Let's see what happens if I want to activate right now. Oops, T-right. No, it worked. Yeah, there is extra blocks there though that I could definitely take out. I don't know I must have one of the settings wrong, because I thought I had this in a way before that I did it without these extra blocks. But once we get them out of there, I mean, look at that awesome Draconic ball. It does look pretty awesome. Just these, this last bit of Awakened Draconium, which I don't even care about the Awakened Draconium now. This really was the most expensive part. From this point on, all of our Awakened Draconiums could be used for just for doing Draconic itself. And you don't need a massive amount, I guess, beyond this power storage. We do need to get these ones out of here, otherwise it's going to look totally goofy the entire time. Do that. Get you out of there. And we probably just get another 8 on the bottom as well. Can I just stand here and do it faster? No, you really can't, because the ball does not like being stepped on at all whatsoever. So after this, I think we're going to work on Neutronium. We're going to have to get our extreme crafting table, get that kind of started. I want to get the Neutronium because it does take a long time. So the sooner we start that, the better, because it's going to be used for all of the end game items and kind of progressing, right? So you can't really do a lot of the cool stuff until you have a good amount of Neutronium. And it does. It takes a while. There's no fast way to produce it. The only fast way to produce it is to kind of build a massive amount of machines. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do probably about 4 stacks of them. Probably, yeah, that's about, yeah, a lot. That's a lot. 256 of them, I figure, is a good start. If I need more, I need more. But at least that way we can get our Neutronium pretty quick. And should be pretty awesome here. We'll look at the energy storage here in a second, because this thing is totally massive. Oh, I actually had this torch in the perfect spot, too. Didn't even plan that out. Surprised it didn't interfere with things. Oh, man, we still got more. Anyway, we'll get rid of them. Get rid of this one here. And look, probably just have another, like, 6 of these. Oh, man. Not a way to start a video, right? Let's do you. Let's do you. Sweet. And yes, I'm just dropping Awakened Draconium, because that's how little I care about it at this point. In fact, everything I have over there that's Awakened Draconium now is probably going to get switched over to Nether Stars. And wait, there we go. This thing can hold almost infinite. So you can see there the giant number. I don't even know what that equates to. It's too many zeros for my brain to comprehend. And we're only at 0% with, what is that, like 10 trillion, I think, is what that is? Or is that billion? The GRF, I can't remember if that's billion RF or trillion. Either way, it doesn't even matter. We're producing 360,000, and we're never going to fill this thing, ever. We might hit a % or 2, but that'd be at best. But now look at the size of this. I mean, it is massive. I think it's going to look really good in here. I mean, it does look really good in here. And just, oh, I'm trying to get in one of the halls. You can just see kind of the scope of it. It just looks totally amazing. Like, look at it, man. It's like we've got a little miniature planet in here, a giant reactor. I mean, this thing can't blow up. I remember when I first built this in the episode that I built it, a lot of people were like, man, you're going to blow up your base. No, man, this thing doesn't blow up your base at all. This is just power storage. It cannot blow up anything. And it's done. I think it looks awesome, and I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So yeah, let's kind of move on here. I do need to kind of clean this up. Let's do that. Probably you. And call that a day, man. That is a job well done. And okay, the next thing we're going to work on here is some actual quest progression. We should probably get through some of the quests here. We haven't been focusing on them the last couple episodes. And it's about time, man. So we're going to start getting into Aberration. We're going to get into this here, the Extreme Crafting Table. That's going to be the first one. You can see there, it is a thing. We need to get it done. It is the Extreme Crafting Table. I could actually probably tell it to automatically make all of this, right? So we need to make these diamond lattices. So that is a big deal. Need to make these crystal matrix ingots. So we'll grab them. I don't know why I grabbed an entire stack of patterns, because that's not helpful at all. We'll grab that roughly as well. And there's also these tables. They're like compressed tables, but we already have the base ones, so we just need to do that and make the double ones. So basically just a big way to make it spend a lot of wood. Take those, throw those in there, and hopefully you'll open up at some point. That's behaving a little weird. What's going on here? It's got power, right? I have no idea. Anyway, let's go to Extreme. Let's go ahead and grab that. And yeah, we should have that table there in a second. And that should satisfy the quest once it's done. There we go. And sweet. So we should get a ding ding. There we go. Got our ding dings. And this thing is just a crafting table, but it's much bigger than a normal crafting table. I'm going to kind of set it down here on the floor. I may end up with several of these just for ease of use. Oh, that's totally the wrong spot there. Do I have like slowness or something? That seems really slow for a second. And we'll do that, You can see there, just a massive crafting table. And I don't think you can shift click recipes in this. I don't think that's a thing at all whatsoever. But we need it for a lot of the end game recipes. So let's go to, say, the infinity again. So that's a big thing needed for the end of this pack. So to kind of get into that, you need to do an extreme crafting, get all this jazz, and it gets really complicated. Like right there, there's one of the big solars that you could do. Then this armor, there's your Sword of the Chaos, which is, hands down the best sword in the game. It just one-shot kills everything. Then you have all your armor and all that jazz. And this is all stuff we need to do. We also need, like, these infinity ingots. I believe they're done on the table as well. And the infinity catalyst, again, all done on that table. So just a lot of materials we're going to be crafting. This thing's going to be used a lot. It is definitely a thing. What's that button there for? I'm curious what that button's for. Huh. Anyway. The first thing we're going to use it for, we actually have another quest right behind us, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and claim that one. See if we got anything neat. We got some epic bacon. We'll be eating on that. That'll be our nom-noms. Let's go back in here. The next thing we want to get into, and I was already mentioned these, the Neutron collectors. These are going to be used, well, you saw those weird kind of twitchy ingots. There are, well, Neutronium. To make that stuff, you need to make the piles of Neutronium dust, I think it is. Or just, I think it's like piles of neutrons, actually. This stuff right here, this funky stuff. So these things actually produce that. They don't take power, they just take time. It's pure just time-based. Make the machine. Over time, it makes these, I think it's the piles, right? Then once you get the piles, you craft those into nuggets. And then once you get the nuggets, you need to craft those into the ingots. Of course, it takes 81 of the piles to make one of these ingots, so it takes a long time. So you end up wanting a whole lot of these things. I think I'm going to start off with a bunch of them. I saw the recipe for the collectors here, and let's go ahead and look at them. It's going to be the machine we need here. So this is what it takes to make one of these machines. So these are all blocks of iron down here. Then you have some blocks of quartz on the top, a whole bunch of redstone, and some of those crystal matrix ingots. So let's go ahead and get this going here. Crystal, grab that. Let's grab, like, I don't know, like that much. Go ahead. Do your thing. I don't even think I have a iron block recipe. You know what I mean? Block of iron. Let's give it to, what is it again? Collector? Maybe? Collector? Here we go. I know I have a redstone recipe. I don't think I have a quartz recipe either, actually. Why isn't it not letting me grab those recipes? Block of iron. There we go. There's one. We'll also need, which one here? This is the blocks of quartz. We just need the vanilla. Grab that puppy. And anything else we need in there? I think we got everything else, but we're going to need a lot of these. So I just want to kind of get them going. Let's go ahead and throw those in there. Let's grab a whole bunch of redstone. And we already have 3,000 blocks. So that's not a bad start there. Kind of grab that. Let's grab a bunch of this and kind of get the table kind of partly set up. Because I want to make them in kind of stack goes at a time. Because I don't think you can shift click these in. But I'm pretty sure the redstone goes like this, right? So you kind of need to set up this table, get it all going. And then kind of get everything built. It's a giant pain in the buttocks to kind of get these recipes in here. Do that. We maybe try shift clicking in one in once I have everything. But I'm waiting for everything to craft now anyway. So yeah, I think it goes like this. For this particular recipe. So just to make 64 of those, you need that much recipe. That much redstone. So you get an idea of how expensive these things are going to be. So if we go to, I guess, iron now. And that. I just want to kind of set up the table first. Get the recipe for at least a couple of them. I think it was like this, right? Go like that. We're going to have to craft some more of those. That there. I think you take out here, here. There we go. That's going to be those diamond matrices. That'll be diamond matrices. And yeah, you can see the giant pain this is going to be. But it's as part of the pack, right? You got to get it done. Let's get quartz here. Let's get a bunch of that crafted up. Probably a metric per ton. Get that going. At least get the table set up so we can see that our recipes, right? So let's grab that much of that. Because I'm pretty sure it's like this, right? I think this is right. We can check it here in a second. Oh, that's all iron. That is totally wrong. I'd much rather have quartz. Where'd my quartz go? Didn't I just grab quartz? Or am I crazy? Here, grab some quartz. There we go. Stop jumping around. There we go. Sweet. And there you go. Let's try that again. Okay, I think that's right. Let's go to collector. Make sure everything's in the right spot again. Looks like it is. That's all quartz there. That's all iron. And that's all crystal. Okay, let's go here. Let's grab some matrix. No, I'm still making them. That's fine. Is that enough? I can't remember how many different stacks was there. Going to need, how many stacks? I need one in the center for sure. One there, and there's two on the bottom as well, isn't there? Once you do these recipes a few times, though, you get to just know them. Anyway, let's go back to collector, because apparently I'm on the wrong thing. And there's two more on the bottom, like right here and right here. So it'd be something like that. So that's kind of how you craft on this table, and I can just pull this out. It's a giant pain in the butt, as you can see. You can shift click them in. That makes my life so much easier. Okay. Okay. I don't think you were able to do that in the past, were you? I don't think so, anyway. That's going to make our life a lot easier. I just want to kind of show these off, though. Let's go ahead. Pop that down real quick. Just to show you how these kind of work here. You don't have to do anything with them. You just kind of pump them down, drop them on the ground, and they start producing, but you can see they're not very quick. You could use an acceleration wand, but it's not going to speed up enough to make it really worth your while. This is going to be one of those things that takes a long time, right? No matter what you do. And yeah, definitely a thing here. What I want to do probably is get about 2 stacks of these crafted up. So I'm going to have to go ahead and make a whole bunch of materials here. So like iron blocks, I'm going to need like, I don't know. I don't even know how many slots there were for iron. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and do like 2,000 to start. Because we have the materials. It's not a problem. It's really just waiting for the crafting. So yeah, like iron, we have 152,000. I'm not really worried in that regards. But at the same time, it's a pain in the butt, right? So let's go ahead and grab some of that. Sweet. I want to get the table set up. It's actually, I think, honestly, easier to do. Oh, this is really bad. I got stuff all over the place. Let's go to, where is there? Collector? Can I shift this in now? Yeah, get at least as many as them in there as I can. Yeah, I think I'm just going to set up the table to do like 64 batches. Honestly, I think it's easier to do it that way. You can shift click the recipes in, but at the same time, you can't hold enough items for it to matter. So, yeah. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is sit here for a few minutes, get us 2 stacks of these things to start. I may end up with about 256 of these things to kind of speed up the whole thing, because this is a really slow procedure all around. And, yeah, once we have that done, we kind of move on. I want to get them set up so we can pull all the items out of them as well automatically, because otherwise this is going to take forever anyway. And this was a horrible idea. The shift click is only really good, I guess, if you're only doing like one recipe. This was not helpful at all. Anyway, I'm going to get this done. I'll be back in a few. And actually, let's do this before you go. I just want to show you that it does produce just a single one here. You can see here, it's taking this long just to get to 33% of one cycle, right? So once it gets through the one cycle, you will get the pile of neutrons, right? And then you got to take that, craft that up, get a nugget. Then you'll need 9 of them, of course. So you got to wait 9 times. They're going to have to do that 9 more times. So 9 times 9, so 81 times to be able to get into actual ingot. So these things are really slow, and that's why I want to start these now, because it is going to take a long time. Anyway, I'm going to craft these up. I'll be back in a few, and we'll go and set up the rest of it. There we go. I think I have the table set up for the second batch here. Well, we're going to end up with, what, 2 stacks plus 2, because we crafted 2 already. I just decided there's no point making, like, partial stack, because there was a lot of math I didn't want to work through. A little more redstone, right? I think we got everything there. I think that's everything. I don't want to pull it unless I'm right. There we go. We got 128 of these things, plus 2 more, so we've got 130, which isn't too bad. That'll get it going pretty good here. We're going to end up setting up retrieval, and yeah, getting this done here. I'm probably just going to set this up on the roof, because we've got a lot of area up here that we could just utilize really easy. Probably a good way to do it, I figure, and just get this done. And then have this stuff coming in. That is kind of the plan, right? Just have it coming in. I'm going to make it so it kind of compacts, I think, too. Probably the best idea. I may have to run back down. I didn't grab everything we need. Do I really need it compact right away? I mean, I could just do that in the system anyway, so it doesn't even matter. You could set it through a compactor first, like compacting drawer. Then it'll take it from the... yeah, we'll do it that way. It's cleaner that way. I'll do it that way. So we'll just have pure ingots coming in the system. If we need to downcraft it, we can, right? So anyway... Probably the best way to do it. Let's go like this. Let's kind of just dig out a little bit. Get that done. Should not be too big a deal. Then get down all these collectors. I don't know how big of an area we need initially. I'm just going to clear out a little area. And we should just have to chunk load this. And then, yeah, pretty much call it a day, right? Which is pretty sweet. And then we'll have the stuff coming in non-stop for the rest of the pack. 128 may be enough. It really depends on how fast, I guess, you move past this point. If you start kind of progressing really quickly... but we still have a bit to get through. We have to get through Draconic, because Draconic, Project E, and Aberration are all kind of intertwined a little bit. So you're going to have to do a little more to progress. So the next thing we're probably going to get into is going to be Draconic and Project E, because they are directly kind of connected there at the start. So that's definitely going to be something we have to get into. And yeah, it's about time, man. Start working towards the end of this pack. There we go. Kind of get this done here. I don't even know if one works on this, to be honest. But I'm willing to take the trip to find out, because I do not have what we need down here. Come down here for a sec. Let's get a 1. Grab you. And also, I was moving too fast at one point, and I took off my bauble, didn't I? Yeah, sometimes I find when I'm doing like fine building and stuff, this thing's too quick, so I do take it off. Because this armor here, I don't even remember if I told you I made this armor here. This is the dragon armor. I just ended up fighting the dragon like 4 or 5 times. I had enough to make the set, so yeah, it just takes the dragon scales. But there's no other way to craft this stuff I didn't see, so yeah. Anyway, I thought the dragon essence was going to let us craft it. They really should add a recipe for that, actually, with that, the dragon seeds, right? The essence. What was I trying to do here? I got total lost. I need the bauble, right? So let's go ahead and throw you on. There we go. Move a little quicker. And hopefully this was worth the trip, because like I said, I don't know if the one's going to work on these at all. But if it does, sweet. Oh, awesome. We can just kind of hold shift, kind of come back here, and look at all these things, man. They're so freaking many. That's a start. I'll almost definitely end up with more, I think. So, yeah, it's not that big deal that we have this little odd number. Although I'm going to set them up kind of evenly right now, just to facilitate my little tiny bit of OCD-ness. Which isn't really OCD, it's just being picky, right? There we go. Don't like saying OCD, because people who have really OCD don't have control. You know what I mean? It's literally, it would be a horrible thing, actually. I'm glad I feel bad for those guys, but I mean, let's kind of do it this way. I'm going to use a retrieval node. It's probably the cleanest way to do it. Oh, I'm at the building height. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's do it like this. Let's do you. How do I want to do this? I want to keep it clean. Because we do it like this. Let's do you right there. Let's throw the retrieval node right there. And then we're just going to use transfer pipes. It's honestly going to be the easiest way to do this. I think, anyway. Kind of like that there. Oh, I should set the filter before I do this. Otherwise, it could end up in the wrong slot, right? Anyway, let's do you. The tiny piles need to go there. They'll go straight to it, right? So that's exactly what we want to see. And they'll just kind of move in there. And I really don't like how I'm doing this. So let's go ahead. I need to be able to see the front of that. So let's move you. Let's do this. Let's do what I do with the bulk of those. And just hide them in the ground. So we'll do that there. Then I could take everything and kind of light it up good and pretty. There we go. Just like that. And then we'll just set you here, right? Let's kind of clear that off. Set up you here. Maybe face you that way, so when I come up, I'm just looking at it. That makes sense. And then finally, I'm making sense here, I think. There we go. And there we go. We already have a whole, what is it? 1 nugget? I had nugget there too. 1 whole nugget. So let's kind of pop that in there. And just get this wired. And as it comes in, it'll just get automatically retrieved. And I can speed it up a little bit too. Oh, helps if I actually add the retrieval node to it. So just kind of put that right there. And these are all the speed upgrades. Oops, in the wrong place. That we got from loot bags. We're going to end up needing these anyway, because we need a whole bunch of these evil infused iron ingots, I believe, for some of the crafting that is going to be coming up. But that isn't that big a deal, I suppose. Anyway, we'll kind of do it like this. I might come up here later and break a lot of these connections, so they're more like in solid rows. Because right now the pack is checking. You can see how it kind of checks here. You can actually see it with these ones, which is a little odd. But it's doing it a weird way, because these links are here. So we could break the links here. So there's literally just 1 row for each. And make it a lot cleaner and less laggy, because it doesn't have to check as many just kind of random directions, which is always an issue. And that's why I always end up breaking those connections on things like that. I'm actually curious. Can you do this? Are you serious? Why didn't I do this originally? This is so much easier. There we go. There we go. Sometimes I'm just amazed with the things you can do with wands, and other times it doesn't do anything. But anyway, that's that. And it's probably not quite ready yet. Before too long, we're going to get a giant batch, and we'll get 120, well, actually 130. No, what is it? 120, what? 64, 128. Yeah, 130 of those piles are going to come in one single step. And that's actually an ingot. So every time this is going to get 100 now, we're going to get over an ingot at a time, which is going to be awesome. It's not going to take long for this to kind of completely go through this and just get us tons of material now. Get us a whole lot of these ingots and kind of move forward, which is awesome. Because like I said, those ingots, they take forever if you don't do this. what is it called again? Neutronium. Go Neutronium. And kind of look at everything it's going to be used for. It's going to be used in different forms too. So sometimes it's going to be nuggets. So that's the armor. There's the weapons. Here's a big one here, the transmutation tablet. You can see there, you need a whole bunch just to get into that. The condensers, we're going to need to get into Draconic. That's the whole thing there. And that's going to be how we get to Project E. And we're probably going to start Draconic in the next video. Definitely going to be something we do here. But I think there was even recipes for the nuggets. Yeah, the nuggets here. You need the... even the piles here. Any other recipes for the piles? Looks like it. Gonna have to get into these ultimate stews. Everyone's recipe for this ultimate stew, I believe, is generated randomly when they start the pack. So what you need in this could be very painful or not very painful. We did actually really good. Carrots, potatoes, like it's a lot of base stuff. Only like meatloaf and beef jerky and epic bacon. I think epic bacon's always in there, but it's not that big a deal. But yeah. It really depended on, I think that one's completely random. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes for a lot of people. Cosmic meatballs, that one will be easy as well. But they're all going to take that Neutronium, right? So we need more here. These records, you're going to be getting those from your loot bags. Probably the easiest way to get them. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to be throwing these away because there are going to be quite a few of them. Yeah, do not throw them away. Because these Affinity Catalysts, like I said, are going to be used. Not for a ton. Like, you don't need an insane amount of these. But you do need them for the Infinity Nuggets, which are going to be an entire thing when you get into this stuff. Like all the weapons, all the armor, all that jazz. Can't even remember what these are. Crystal Matrix? Just a block of it? Anyway, we're doing good. We're getting stuff. It's doing things. And they should be coming in right now, right? Are we getting any? Wait a second. I'm confused if it's actually pulling that stuff. Nugget? 3. Okay, yeah. We got 3 nuggets, right? Sweet. So it's still probably pulling all the ones in the back. Is the problem, right? No, it's done. Oh, these ones are just not finished yet. Okay, so they're just not coming in at the same time. I thought we didn't get our 128. I was all confused because it should say a nugget there. I just want to make sure we actually get nugget. And everything's coming in the way it should be. Yeah, we got one right there. It doesn't check these right away. Like, it isn't super fast, but at the same time, it's not either slow. And this is going to be producing... as you see, pretty randomly in random order. And there we go. We actually got a nugget. Look at that. Awesome. So this is going to work. Definitely a thing. Definitely need this chunk loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Oh, I'm actually in a chunk loaded area. Look at that. Don't even need to. And I may, if we need it, add more of these. But now looking at the speed and how many are going to be used in the pack, I don't think it's going to be as bad as I thought. I could be wrong. But definitely, I think 128 may be enough. And if so, I won't have to push forward with this. But anyway, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to let that do its thing. And I think that might be pretty much it. I think we might actually call this a video here. And in the next video, get into Draconic and all that jazz. And all of those fantastic things. So, as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.